Well, this weekend, the South Carolina women's basketball team returns to action against Auburn, but before the game, it will be a special celebration. A'ja Wilson is set to have her jersey retired at Colonial Life Arena on Sunday.
On Sunday, A'ja Wilson's jersey will be retired at Colonial Life Arena. Yes, there will be free admission to the WNBA MVP's jersey retirement. While Iowa fans are spending thousands to see Caitlin Clark's number soar, South Carolina is really giving away seats to ensure that A'ja Wilson's big day doesn't appear to be a ghost town.
The Caitlin Clark crashouts continue, and it's all about the Caitlin Clark now playing for Iowa. Well, she played for Iowa and her jersey being retired on the same day as A'ja Wilson's. You see how it doesn't go the opposite way? Like, nobody really cares. Like, A'ja Wilson has her retirement jersey on the 2nd of February, 2.2. Yeah, she wears 22. Obviously, it's the right thing to do. And then Caitlin Clark, unfortunately, wears the same number to the A'ja fans, so it's the right thing to do.
This story is about timing, fan loyalty, and possibly a little bit of karma. Remember when AIA couldn't stop making fun of Clark? Well, it appears that the basketball gods have a sense of humor, which is what led to these tale of two celebrations. Stay put because we're going to break down this entire chaotic situation. Are you ready to leave?
A'ja Wilson, who will have her jersey retired on Sunday. Long overdue. I know Dawn was saying there's a whole process, but if it was up to her, she probably would have had that jersey retired right after she graduated. Already has a statue.
You know what's crazy? Wilson is one of the most decorated players in South Carolina history, and her number isn't displayed in the rafters. It's like she forgot to invite the celebrant to her own birthday celebration. How is it even possible that her jersey hasn't been retired yet? Let's go back a little. Wilson was South Carolina's golden girl and the team's prize jewel. She helped them win their first national championship in 2017 BS, thus making their basketball program famous. You would expect that they would have retired her jersey the moment she left the court for good.
I think A'ja set a standard at South Carolina of giving 110% of who you are, not just 110% of who you are as a player. And I think that's a huge part of her legacy.
However, they're only now approaching the 7 years since she graduated. During that time, LeBron James has switched teams twice. Tom Brady has retired both unretired and retired, and we've witnessed a generational sports phenomenon from Iowa play for years of collegiate basketball before being selected by Indiana, but South Carolina was unable to hang up Wilson's jersey.
Oh, A'ja had decided hers first. Yeah, they announced A'ja Wilson's first. Clark's jersey's been in the bleachers since preseason. Clark's jersey has been in the bleachers since before they announced A'ja's. There is a reason why there is a nationally televised game, Iowa versus USC, on the 2nd of February. This has been in the works since the day she said, since last February. Since the day she said she was not going to be there, it was in the works.
It's like erecting a shrine to someone and then forgetting to put their name on it. Wilson already has a statue outside the arena, frozen in bronze, but her jersey is still fair game. The statue was put up in January 2021, so for more than 4 years, fans have been passing a giant Wilson, likely wondering why her number was still in circulation. Raising more eyebrows than a press conference for Draymond Green, is it because everyone forgot about Wilson all of a sudden, or is there more to the story? Did her jersey get misplaced in the mail?
But I mean, damn! She just stepped off campus 20 minutes ago. She getting her jersey retired before A'ja Wilson, who's won multiple championships and
Yeah, A'ja Wilson didn't win multiple championships in college. That's just factually incorrect. Again, it's as incorrect as you getting the date wrong and spelling Caitlin Clark's name wrong.
college, the WNBA, and gold medals. Y'all not gonna let her stretch first, warm up first, get loose?
The timing of South Carolina's move is intriguing, to put it mildly, as it coincides with the height of Caitlin Clark fever. It seems as though they suddenly realize, oh yeah, we had a pretty good player too. But rather than celebrating, it comes across as a last-ditch effort to remain relevant in the conversation.
I think we all know it's the truth. That's my favorite part about this, is I think every single one of us knows that is what's going to happen on the 2nd of February, is that Caitlin Clark fans are going to be celebrating Caitlin Clark. A'ja Wilson fans are going to be screaming, look at A'ja, look at A'ja, look at A'ja. And I think A'ja Wilson will do a look at me. I will stand by that. Like, that would be, I genuinely think she is going to be she's going to say something about this. I would be shocked if she doesn't.
You're curious about the most awkward part. There is a comprehensive protocol for jersey retirements in South Carolina. After a player's final season of college, there should be a 5-year waiting period. Wilson graduated in 2018, so by the logic, they're 2 years late for their own celebration.
Some of these people that she seems to know personally are some of the ones that are crashing out about this. So I think I would not be surprised if A'ja Wilson talks about the disrespect from Iowa, which would again be perfectly on brand for A'ja Wilson to do that. Either way, though, there are people paying $1,000 to go and see Caitlin Clark's retirement jersey ceremony.
Fans are observing that Wilson's jersey retirement seems more like an afterthought than a celebration, as if South Carolina discovered it crumpled up in a closet and thought, oh right, we should probably do something with this. Speaking of fans, let's discuss their reactions to the entire scenario. If you thought the delay was terrible, wait till you learn about the ticket sales or lack thereof, because it's a comedy of errors that would be amusing if Wilson's position weren't so tragic.
Also, it's A'ja Wilson's retirement jersey day, right? And, well, her prices for her game are high.
We're talking about a 3-time WNBA MVP, an Olympic gold medalist, and South Carolina's Golden Girl, and you can get a ticket to her big day for less than the price of a gourmet burger if you want to know what's truly astounding about this whole jersey retirement issue.
As far as I can tell, Caitlin Clark fans don't give a rip about A'ja Wilson's jersey retirement.
It's the kind of price that makes you wonder if there's a catch. But nope, that's the actual price to see her jersey go up in the rafters. And guess what? Tickets for Wilson's jersey retirement ceremony at Colonial Life Arena are starting at just $16, and they haven't even sold out. Consider what that amount typically gets you at a sporting event. Maybe a hot dog and a small soda if you're lucky, but definitely not a seat to witness history.
However, in Iowa City, the retirement of Caitlin Clark's number 22 jersey at Carver Hawkeye Arena during Iowa's game against USC is shaping up to be a much bigger spectacle. And of course, this was a tweet that went out talking about $200 to $784 with a bunch of tickets listed over 1,000.
In Iowa City, Caitlin Clark's jersey retirement is comparable to attempting to get front row seats to your favorite concert, when people pay hundreds of dollars for standing room only tickets only to discover they've long since sold out.
2 iconic names, 1 historic date. On February 2nd, 2025, women's basketball will celebrate A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark in ways that cement their legacies forever. As fans debate whose impact is greater, ticket sales tell a story of their own, with Clark's jersey retirement commanding prices more typical of marquee NBA games. We're well past that, folks.
Iowa's Carver Hawkeye Arena is bursting at the seams as they scramble to find more seats to keep up with the insane demand, and Colonial Life Arena, with its 3,000 seats, is having trouble filling up for this once-in-a-lifetime event. The contrast is so stark that it's like comparing a busy Times Square to a peaceful country road.
This, by the way, is driving A'ja Wilson fans nuts. They're furious that this is happening on the same day. Why are they doing this? Oh my God, don't they realize the impact of A'ja Wilson? Blah, blah. What impact? Stop it.
So, why is there such a huge disparity? TV fans are wondering why it took so long to honor one of their greatest players. One fan tweeted, "Why did SC take a whole decade to retire AG's number?" The university's silence is deafening. Wilson graduated in 2018, nearly 7 years ago, and since then, she has become one of the most accomplished players in the WNBA. You would think that her alma mater would have been eager to hang her jersey in the rafters, but they waited and waited, and now they're rushing to make this event happen, even giving away free tickets to prevent a ghost town.
A'ja Wilson is her name. Quote, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is."
This has to do with how fast things may change in sports, not just bad preparation. Wilson was once the talk of women's basketball, but it appears that she lost touch with her supporters at some point. Perhaps it was jealousy of Caitlin Clark, or perhaps it was some recent remarks that upset basketball fans. Whatever the cause, the passion is gone now, and that's the true tragedy. What do you believe caused Wilson to lose his grace?
You will be the last to wear number 22, and you will become the third Hawkeye women's basketball player in history to have her number retired.
And that is what Beth Getz had to say back in April as the Hawks wrapped up their second straight national runner-up season.
Though things have changed since Caitlin Clark's ascent upended the notion that Wilson was the undisputed queen of basketball, the true story here is how two institutions managed the legacies of its top players, and the differences are remarkable.
Iowa taking on USC and Juju Watkins, nationally televised game, I believe. February 2nd, 2-2, so it's 22. Everything about it lines up.
A week after Clark's final game, Iowa announced her retirement. Months before the official ceremony, her jersey was already hanging from the rafters, ready to be unveiled. On February 2nd, 2025, at their only nationally televised weekend game, they selected Clark for number 22 against USC and Juju Watkins. Iowa is obviously aware of the power of momentum and media attention.
One of the sentiments that was expressed was, oh, it's the same day as A'ja Wilson's, how could you do it? First of all, I remember them announcing A'ja Wilson was getting her jersey retired, but I didn't remember the date or anything. When the Clark news broke, I didn't think about A'ja Wilson. And again, as is the case with Caitlin Clark, this only is going to bring more attention to A'ja Wilson's jersey retirement.
Wilson's retirement from South Carolina couldn't have come at a worse time. Despite Wilson's remarkable accomplishments, their announcement seemed like an afterthought, leaving fans wondering why it took so long. Then, in October 2024, South Carolina makes the big announcement. They've had nearly 4 months and tickets are still not sold out. They talk about being a draw, right?
But that is a supply and demand thing, especially in today's day and age where there's no such thing as a sellout, right? Where you can go to any event you want as long as you're willing to pay for it because of the secondary ticket market.
When Iowa announced Clark's jersey retirement, social media went crazy, with fans arranging trips to Iowa City and attempting to get tickets. However, Wilson's news was met with uncertainty, which is a striking contrast in fan reactions. This circumstance begs the question of how colleges manage the legacies of their top athletes. The contrast between Clark and Wilson's circumstances reveals something significant about the current state of women's basketball. It's not just about what you do on the court anymore. It's also about how you connect with fans, navigate fame, and develop your brand off the court. Iowa is doing everything in their power to ensure that their star player receives the send-off she deserves.
And we'll get to compare the ratings, because I would assume that game against Auburn will be televised somewhere. Now, whether or not it's nationally televised like I think the Iowa game's going to end up being, I don't know. But look, when it comes to tickets, it's a supply and a demand issue. It's that simple. It's a good way to gauge one's popularity.
Wilson's retirement from Jersey should be a defining moment, but it feels like a lost chance. We're talking about more than just statistics and ceremonies, and the A'ja Wilson and Caitlin Clark dilemma is teaching us how to win or lose fans' hearts. These two couldn't be more different, I can assure you.
Something I'm very thankful for, and obviously I've had some amazing teammates over the course of my 4 years here, and there's been a lot of really good 22s to come before me and play for this program, whether it's Kathleen Doyle or Sam Logic, so that number holds a lot of weight, far beyond my name, and I guess I'm just really grateful, and it'll be a special day when that happens.
Wilson and Clark are both amazing players, but only one is now packing arenas, and that's not the one with the statue outside. The reason is that Clark interacts with them as though they're a part of her journey. Following her final collegiate game, she was out there thanking them and expressing her joy in being a Hawkeye.
First of all, there's nothing wrong with two schools retiring respective jerseys on the same day. But secondly, if you wanted the focus to be on A'ja Wilson, she'll probably get more attention as the second, most recognized jersey retirement of that day than she would have if she had the stage all to herself on that day.
Wilson, on the other side, has made some mistakes. Do you recall her remarks about Clark receiving too much attention? Or the whole incident she sparked with a shoe? It seems like she forgot that sports are about more than simply performing well. They're also about making people feel something. Clark's popularity stems from more than simply her abilities. It also comes from her disposition and approachability. Her relatability on social media makes it seem as though she is speaking to you personally. Wilson appears to be having trouble striking a balance between being defensive and thankful in her tweets.
And then there was, Iowa is rushing this. They're rushing, or everything is rushed with Caitlin Clark. No, she just did things faster and garnered more attention and more notoriety and celebrity and celebration and popularity.
This discrepancy in fan involvement tells us something significant about modern sports. Being very good off the court is just as crucial as being terrific on it to give fans a sense of belonging. Wilson's retirement ceremony in Jersey serves as a warning. Free tickets are being given freely by South Carolina. It's not too late for Wilson, who is still among the best players in the world, to connect with fans. However, it will require more than just social media posts. In the end, fans want to feel like they're a part of something, and that requires genuine effort and vulnerability. Can you imagine that happening for Clark? There would be lines for miles. The true lesson in today's sports world is that you need to be more than just a great player. You also need to be a great person. Clark understands this. She treats every fan as though they are her biggest supporters. This goes beyond Clark Wilson's retirement from Jersey. This is a pivotal time for women's basketball as we see a change in the way supporters relate to the sport and its biggest stars. The true question is that Clark's meteoric ascension is altering not only what occurs on the court, but also the entire sport. Who will represent women's basketball in 5 or 10 years? When we look back on this moment, will it be the spark that ignited a new age? Or will Clark continue to rise to prominence, or will a new superstar take over? There is no denying that women's basketball is developing at a breakneck pace. The sport is changing, the fan base is expanding, and the stars guiding the way are more powerful than ever. This Clark Wilson moment is only the beginning. Women's basketball's future has never seemed more promising. Do you agree? If so, please share your thoughts in the comments section, hit subscribe, and enable all alerts so you don't miss anything. We'll see you in the next one after you click the video on the screen.